We use International Baccalaureate program, which believes that students see themselves as the inquirer and the problem solver. They know how to identify a problem and use their skill and knowledge to solve the problem. In early years, we need to give them plenty of opportunity to explore. When they are touching, feeling, and seeing things in person, it tickles their curiosity and inquiry. That way, they give to learn more and get a better understanding of a concept. The student become a lifelong learner, and they need to understand that learning doesn't stop at school, and teacher need to be a role model. In classroom, teacher don't act as a resource of knowledge. Student may express themselves and may have different ideas. That's the key. Love about PYP is that respecting children and seeing them in a capable person with a unique set of abilities. When we believe and trust them, they will eventually bring out the best of them.
We incorporate IB or International Baccalaureate in primary program, and we focus on character building in primary. IB has 12 learner profiles, and these learner profiles encourage students to think critically and challenge assumptions. Students get to work a lot in groups on projects and begin developing the critical thinking that will last them their entire life. In Tunas Bangsa Primary School, teacher is not the center of information. When students are given a set of problems, they are encouraged to be creative in solving the problem their own way. They are responsible with their own learning, and the role of the teacher is to guide and support their inquiry learning. Exactly correct. Homework is mostly a repetitive task. Students do it at school and then they have to redo it at home. Students find homework boring and they will try to get on with it as quickly as possible. We all know students don't get to learn much from the things they don't like. Instead of giving students homework, we usually ask students to bring something from home. For example, "Hi students, tomorrow we are going to build a simple mechanical device. You are free to choose what to build. So please bring something from home." It was fun. They got to work as a team, argue the best way to build, and sometimes they laugh together when it didn't work quite as expected yet. rather than doing homework, it's much better for students to spend quality family time at home, playing, enjoying their childhood, finding their passion like singing, dancing, playing piano, etc. These days, most adults don't know what their passions are. Mostly because during their childhood, they spend too much time doing homework, studying for tests, and taking a private tutor for their academic subject.
If we talk about future, there are three main things you need to succeed in university life. First, deep subject knowledge. Second, independence. And the third is critical thinking skills. IGCSE curriculum in Tunas Bangsa Secondary School builds these three characters into students to have them ready for university life in the future. Cambridge IGCSE is the world's most popular international qualification for secondary school. It is recognized by top universities and employers worldwide. IGCSE and A-level curriculum are totally different from conventional curriculum, which we all know students are graded based on what they have memorized and written. IGCSE encourages students to think outside the box, develop their critical thinking skills, so they can judge with all the knowledge and understanding of the subject they have learned in the classroom with the situations in the real world among them. And then they analyze and are able to speak out their points of view. I have personally taught IGCSE and A-level students and prepared them for the exams. I can definitely tell that knowing the textbook inside out is not enough to score well in the exam. Students have to read, understand, research, and apply in practical application. By completing IGCSE exam, students will have a great advantage when they want to study abroad in the future, as most universities recognize IGCSE standard internationally. You are not given much by teachers in terms of resources. You find and come up with your own. The teachers are there to provide you the foundation and assistance if it is required. The rest of the work, however, and whenever you want to go about it, must be done by you in your own time. It is not about memorization. It is about how well you can use your own brain to think and then to produce information of your own back, utilizing a foundation that the teachers have set. There is very little spoon feeding in Tunas Bangsa. This may seem like students are neglected or are not looked after by teachers. But then again, that is exactly what it is like in the real world. Nobody will be hovering over you trying to help you achieve success. It would be, in fact, a disservice if schools were trying to micromanage students to the point that they don't use their own brains to think and produce answers. This way of teaching is very suited to the kind of questions that appear in the exams, especially for subjects such as English literature and global perspectives, which are highly subjective. The questions try to provoke you to think and to form your own judgments based on your reasoning, rather than forcing you to memorize. The style of teaching in Tunas Bangsa is more collaborative rather than dictatorial. That's why, most of the time, we set up chairs and tables in groups facing each other, rather than facing the teacher up front.